Thank you for tuning in to Jeff, the unlicensed therapist. I messed up tonight. I did not get the show in early enough, so I'm not featured, unfortunately, which kind of stinks because I think it's a pretty good show, but I blew it. So Friday I'll be featured. I'm assuming, and then we'll get calls on. Honestly, if you want to do a call on tonight, it's a low key night. So if you want to do that, let me know because we could do that. Just all you have to do is put your well, you can do this. If you want to be in the chat, you can, or like on the show, like you like split screen type style. All you have to do is go and go to Jeff Ahern 56 at Gmail. Here, I'll type it in here. Let me do that. It's easy. Oh crap. I hit the wrong button. All right, hang on a minute. There we go. Hang on a second. Gmail.com. Oh, that's not even it. Hold on a second. Gmail. I should do this at the beginning of every show. Mail.com. There you go. Jeff Aaron 56. That's it. All right. So if you go to there and then you say, first in the chat, you would say, I want to be on the show. Then you would, so I know who you are. And then you say, I'll email you. I'm like, okay. So you got that. And then you go to the email and pick you up. I pick you up from there. So there you go. That's how it works. That's how it's going to work. That's how I'm planning on doing this. All right, let's do it. Yeah, it's my fault. Here's the thing. I'm about to start the show. People are hopefully just starting to come in. I now have to let Rumble know that I'm going to be on at 5:00 my time, even though the show's not till 10. So I had a lot of stuff. My son was doing a concert today, so I didn't get it done till 8, which is still 2 hours ahead. But the rule is I got to have it done by I think like 5 or 6. So it was on me that I'm not featured tonight. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You try. You try your hardest. All right, let's check out "Am I the Asshole?" "Am I the Asshole?" is trending, right? Okay, so this person says, "Am I the asshole for cutting off my sister financially after finding out her unemployed boyfriend is benefiting from my money?" Yeah, maybe. Like, is there, you hate her boyfriend? Like, all right, let's see. What's he doing? Was he buying new video games? Is he an alky? Is he buying like high-end scotch? Probably not high-end if he's an alky. He's probably just buying pop-off, let's be honest. Link to oh no, not original post. I don't like doing these original post ones. Like, do one and done and then get lost. I don't know if anyone still cares. I find myself not caring, I'll be honest. But it's been almost 2 months since my first post, and I thought I would post an update. So I'm not even going to read the first post. Basically, her first post is what she wrote. She's cutting off her sister financially after finding out her unemployed boyfriend is getting her money. All right. Because a lot of people have been asking me about it. Okay. Following my post and your comments, I decided to follow through with my decision to stop paying half the rent for my sister, as well as half the utilities. Okay. It was a terrible feeling, honestly. I felt like I was failing the promise I made to her to always be there for her after our parents' death. She's got to be a little independent on her own. Like, I'm sure if she was like, really struggling in the hospital or had medical bills, I'm sure you'd still kick in. So, yeah, I mean, but she's at some point you have to do her a solid and not be such a, I don't want to say a sap, but such a rube. I don't know. A patsy. I don't know. I texted her a couple of times to check on her. So you're checking on her. You're a good sister. But yeah, you gotta play a little hardball with this chick. Your sister here. All right. Okay. A couple of times to check on her. But her answers, hold, let me share this. I think I should share it, right? Yeah, let me do it. Okay, here we go. So everyone can see what we're doing. Okay. Okay. I texted her a couple of times to check on her, but her answers were always very cold and passive aggressive. Well, she wasn't swearing at you, at least. Passive aggressive is better than F you. And just how happy she was with her hobosexual boyfriend. That's kind of funny, actually. Hobosexual. Okay, I get that. Homosexual. I like that. Never heard that before. So I enjoyed that. I resorted to getting updates from her friend, the one who had told me about Jake. I guess that's her good for nothing boyfriend. Until my sister found out. And crashed out on her and called her a traitor. This Jake is trouble. First of all, never trust a guy named Jake. Just saying. Jake convinced her to cut her friend off for being toxic. Jake's the toxic one, clearly. He's got her cutting you off. He's got her cutting her friend off. She called me and told me to stop trying to meddle in her life since I refuse to help her anymore. Well, there she's got a point. If you are not offering her any financial any finances anymore. You really don't have any say. Like when you had finances, you had a little bit of say as to where they went. But now that you're not offering her finances, she wants Jake. She gets Jake. I mean, you can give her advice, but don't expect her to take it. Now, don't pay her. Let Jake pick up the slack. This lazy good for nothing. All right. So she called me and told me to stop meddling in her life. I refused to help her anymore. Okay. I decided to give her the space she wanted. That's good. I didn't hear anything for over the last 3 weeks or so. Okay. Well, let's see what's happening in Jake world. But a week ago, her friend called me and told me that my sister was at her place and she needed me. And my feeling is it's this jackass Jake the jackass. She gave me a rundown of what happened. My sister and Jake broke up after weeks of arguments over Jake's spending habits. Yeah, because the income's gone. So you did her a good thing, not enabling Jake and their crap relationship. And the fact she still didn't have a job. Oh, so your sister's not much better. She found out that he'd lied about applying for a few jobs and confronted him about it. During their fight, he shoved her to the ground. Okay. Well, hopefully she didn't get injured. I would like to say at this point she came back to her senses, but that's not what happened. Yeah, what's the matter? Oh, I love you, Jake. Oh, please, Jake. Oh, please. Push me down some more, Jake. So she didn't come back to her senses. She allowed him to sweet talk and guilt trip her until she returned from work to find him trying to sneak another woman out of the apartment. When she confronted him, he got aggressive towards her again. Did he push her down again? And finally, she told him to get out. You can't fix some people. You can try, but if she takes Jake back one more time, man, she's just she deserves Jake at that point. Jake refused because apparently he has occupant rights. Okay, he probably looked that one up. Having lived there so long, 7 months, so she has left. Well, she should leave. Just leave. Just get away from Jake. And went to her friend's place, which was when she told her everything. I drove. Okay, where she told her everything. I drove over there immediately. My sister could barely look at me because she was ashamed. Okay, well, you get that. She kept apologizing for not realizing I was only trying to protect her. So look, it brought you closer together. Jake is a piece of shit. If she goes back with Jake, though, do not help her with any money. She brought up how Jake wouldn't leave. Well, you're screwed. Just move out. You're better off just moving out, getting yourself off the not mortgage document, but the lease. You can explain to them what happened. She could file a restraining order for assault. She didn't want to do it at first, but we managed to convince her. Yeah, good. So you did that. We went and had the order filed next day. We were granted a temporary protective order. Thankfully, Jake didn't fight it. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He just wants to make it, he goes with the flow. Very easy. This Jake jackass. I suppose he didn't have a choice. It's been a calm few days, and we've since had a conversation about what comes next. She's going to find a smaller place, a roommate, which will cost less than her current apartment. That sounds good. I'm not going to subsidize her monthly anymore. Yeah, I wouldn't either because she doesn't have a job, but yeah, I get you. But I'm not abandoning her either. Good. I went out with her. I'll help her out with something genuine. Yeah, this makes sense. And has difficulty handling herself. She has to try to live within her means. Yes, you are right. You're being a good big sister. I don't think she was happy about it, but she accepted it. Yeah, she knows you're coming from a place of love. I also mentioned that if she would like to go back to school, get a better job prospects, I would help her out. See, there you go. That's how to do it. You're smart. That's good. You did the right thing. Solid. I got nothing for you but compliments. Nothing for you but kudos. Sorry for the long post, but yeah, nice. All right. I think your sister has matured a bit. How about that? Nice job. Nice job, Sister-oo. Hey, Adam. Oh, from Australia. Thank you for tuning in, brother. Thank you. If you have questions or you want to be on the show, you can hit me up at Jeff Aaron 56. Just let me know you did it. And we could do a share screen, split screen. This is a low-key show. Usually the show, Monday show had like 4,000. Friday show had like 7,000. Today's show, we don't have that many people at all, but that's okay. It's all right. It's more intimate. Nothing wrong with an intimate show. You gotta have a little bit of both, I think. Balance. Yin yang. Let's talk a little bit about Rumble, though, because they are my favorite company ever. They can cancel your accounts, freeze your cards, decide what you're allowed to buy, say, or support. Big banks and financial institutions have total control, and they use it. That's why financial independence matters now more than ever. Introducing Rumble Wallet, a wallet built for real freedom. With Rumble Wallet, you control your money, not a bank, not a government, not a tech company. Buy digital assets like Tether, Tether Gold, and Bitcoin in one secure place. No permission, no middlemen, no cancel button. And when you want to support the creators you believe in, you can use the Rumble Wallet app to directly tip content creators securely, instantly, and without interference. This isn't a credit card they can shut off. It's your wallet permanently. Yours to protect your future, yours to protect your family. When the system fails, when people and financial sovereignty is the difference between security and vulnerability, you want Rumble Wallet. Rumble Wallet isn't about politics, it's about freedom, ownership, and protecting what's yours. So take control today. Download Rumble Wallet and step away from the big banks for good. True ownership, true protection. Ladies and gentlemen, true financial freedom. Check it out, Rumble Wallet. You'll love it. You'll be glad you did. Hop on Rumble Wallet. I do love Rumble. Rumble's been so supportive of me, and so I just absolutely love them. Cannot get enough of the Rumble Wallet. Cannot get enough of Rumble. They gave us free speech when free speech wasn't even popular. So thank you, Rumble. Hit them up, Rumble Wallet. There you go. All right, let's do this. Boom. Okay. Let me get back to Am I the Asshole? I actually like that one. I think that's my favorite one that I've read because the sister did a great job of being a big sister. She didn't enable her younger sister. She's willing to take care of her, but she's not just giving it away for free. She's doing the classic, giving someone a hand up rather than a hand out, and it helps. Was it another one? A lot of cliches, but there's truth to them. Teach a man, give a man a fish he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish he eats for a lifetime. All right, here we go. This is from 6 hours ago. Am I the asshole for saying I don't like my brother's girlfriend to her face? I would say, yeah. I'm not even reading it, but yeah. You could say to your brother, I don't like your girlfriend. You could say to your mom or dad, I don't like his girlfriend. You could say to your friends, I don't like his girlfriend. But it's very aggressive to go up to his girlfriend and say, I don't like you. That's really aggressive. So I'm going to say yes, but I will read further. Do you like your brother? All right. I'm 17. My brother's 31. Okay. It's quite the age difference. I've never really had a rocky relationship until I met his now girlfriend. Okay. We'll call her Beth. All right, Beth. I had an ex-girlfriend named Beth. So just unrelated counter-transference. So Beth and I have never gotten along. All right, there you go. You don't like each other. Ever since we met, she has been nothing but rude. Okay, she's a douche. For starters, the first time I met her, it was an Easter party last year. Okay, so it was about a year ago. She came to my family's house wearing white linen pants. Is that a problem? Was it after I forget what the date is, you can't wear white linen? What's your issue with white linen exactly? Let's see. I don't know why you don't like white linen. I think white linen is kind of nice. It's hard to maintain. You got to iron it a lot. A couple hours after she arrived, we split. Oh, okay. Here's where the white linen comes in. We spilt wine on them. That's not good. She went to my mom and asked if she could go into my room and take some of my pants. Okay. Now you guys don't like each other, so I don't know why your mom's like, yeah, sure. Your mom should have been like, hey, let me go get them for you. My mom then told her she would have to ask me first. Good. That's a good mom thing. That next best thing, right? She did not ask me at all. She came down the stairs wearing my jeans. Oh, wait. So your mom said she would have to ask me first, not meaning your mom, but the girl, the girlfriend. So she didn't ask. She went up to your room. She went through your shit. She grabbed a pair of your jeans. I asked her, you guys. I asked her where she got those. And she said, from your drawer. I told her that I didn't appreciate her going through my stuff, and she scoffed at me. Well, yeah, I mean, you guys don't like each other. So she knows that. She's being a douche. That's all that really happened on Easter. The next time I saw her was Memorial Day. So you're a holiday family. She came with stuff to make mimosas. All right, let's assume she's got a drinking problem. And not that she does. Mimosas are pretty good. And I asked her if I could have one. All right, that seems legit. My parents don't mind me having mixed drinks because you're 17, right? Yeah, okay. Mixed drinks like that. She looked me up and down and said, are you insane? Why would you even ask me that? Aren't you like 9? Okay, yeah, she's a douche. Your brother is with a douche. The comment wasn't meant to be a joke, by the way. Yeah, I kind of figured that out. She then goes to walk outside and back patio, and I follow behind her. You're itching for a fight at this point as well. I'd like to know how old she is. When we were walking, she drops the glass and it shatters. She turns to me and says, oh, you can get that for me, right? Oh my God, she is so horrible. I stand there in silence because obviously I'm not cleaning that up. Then she turns around and starts walking away, leaving me with a mess. After I clean up her mess, first of all, you should have never cleaned up her mess. You should have never, ever cleaned up her mess. There's a big mistake right there. You could say, hey, you announce it publicly. Like, hey, Sheila or Beth, you drop that glass of wine or mimosa, it's not going to clean itself up. Maybe you want to take care of that. Shame her a little bit. Anyway, she turns and says, "Oh, you can clean that." Okay. So she turns around, starts walking away. You clean it up like a dummy. You shouldn't have cleaned it up. I walk outside to the patio, hang out with my family. As soon as I get out there, she gets up and leaves. After she was inside, my dad started asking me what my issue with her was. Uh, I told him straight up, I just don't like her. Okay, you're telling your dad that. That's legit. I said that's fair. You could do that one. Not knowing she was standing directly behind me. Okay. You know what? You're not the asshole. I thought you just went to her face and go, I don't like you. And I get it, but she's dating your brother. But yeah, she's right behind you. And then she runs inside crying. Screw her. My mom runs into condone her. That's the end of the story, pretty much. Yeah. No, you're not an asshole. You are suffering through an asshole. This girlfriend of your brother's is a dope, and your brother could do a lot better. That's what I got to say about that. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Paul, it's good to see you. Thank you for tuning in, brother. Hey, Nightwolf, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I forgot to get the show in early enough, so we're not being whatchamacallit, stream. But again, like I'm putting up the mailbox, so I'm really hoping to get this thing going where I have people on every show, where I can do a share split screen with someone with a question. Any old question will do, kind of like that. Let me just check Gmail, make sure no one's emailed me. I don't want to miss out on anything. Nope, nothing. Nope. All right, just checking. Just want to be sure I'm on my A game here. All right. Yeah, okay. We'll pop that down. Let's get back to business here. All right. So far, I like the two people the first two ones I've read on this. They both were good. They're both good, and yeah, they both the commonality of both of those things that they sent in was two idiots in their family, not blood, but dating blood. And that's unfortunate. Anyway, am I the asshole? This is 3 days ago. Do I want to read a 3 days ago one? Okay. I don't know. I'm going to read this one because it seems strange. I'm going to read this one. All right. The one under it. 9 hours ago. Am I the asshole for refusing to see my little sister anymore? I would say yes again, right out of the gate. Why would you refuse to see? It's your little sister because she keeps destroying my stuff. Now, what does that mean? Like your Barney doll, like your Paw Patrol collection? What does that exactly mean? She's 19. Oh, I 19 female, have a younger sister, 10 female. Yeah, she's 10. She's 10. Cut her some slack. You were 10 once. Would you like 19-year-old you giving 10-year-old you the shit that you're giving your 10-year-old sister? Come on. I'm just saying that. Anyway, I left my parents' house 3 years ago to go to college. Okay. It seems early. You're 19 and you left 3 years ago, so you were 16 when you left to go to college. All right. Okay. But I still come home very often, at least once a month, once every 2 weeks. All right. I guess that's once a month. Maybe it sounds closer to twice. My room was left exactly as it was. Clear and tidy. Who's in your room while you're gone? You come in once a month. You make an appearance. By your own admission. What the room's just supposed to have police tape on it? Like, come on, stop it. For the past year, every time I come home, more or less, I have found something of mine broken in my room. It could be my books that were in a terrible state, all my old notes from high school that I meticulously kept, thrown on the floor, my Legos completely destroyed with pieces missing. She even broke one of my vinyls. Makes me so angry every single time. I'm really careful with my stuff. And I like, okay, so your 10-year-old sister, I think, misses you. That's my opinion. I think she misses you. You're not around, and so she's mad about it. And then so I think she's lashing out and just destroying your stuff just out of anger, but really based in loneliness and missing you. Maybe there's some kind of dynamic now that you're gone. Although, when did it start? She could be going through some emotional issues too, but she's resentful of you not being home more often. I think that's what it is. But we'll check a minute. So yeah, I would just protect the stuff that you like and have like until she stops breaking your stuff. Have not allow her in your room. So you're not I get that. That makes sense. She's really going to break shit every time she comes in there. But I think you got to look at what is this based in? Why is she doing this? Care less about your stuff and more about your sister. Why is your sister like behaving this way? That's the real issue. I mean, you can get fucking new records. How often you go back and look at your old notes from high school? Come on. Focus on what matters. Focus on your sister. I tried taking everything away, the stuff I cared about in my room. So you took my advice. I took it with me to college. Okay, or locked it away. There you go. So she wouldn't have access to it. I lock my room every time I leave. So this is all advice I just gave you. I never leave my makeup bag in the bathroom or anywhere she can access it anymore. What's going on with your family? Like, why are they not involved? You're doing all this like security stuff. What about the folks? Anyways, okay. So, all right, here it is. Split second. Hold on, I got lost. Okay, locked away to college 5 years. I never leave makeup bag in the bathroom where she says it, but still, if I look away for a split second, if she has the slightest opportunity to ruin me something, she does it. Okay. Does she do this to your parents too, or just you? My guess is it's just you. I don't know why she does that. She's acting out. She's been seeing a therapist. Good. That's good. And all that kind of stuff for a while now because she keeps acting like this, following impulse and creating a huge mess all the time. But still, I don't really know why. I thought maybe it was revenge. I think about loneliness to show me that she's mad at me for leaving. That would have been my first guess too. So, not bad psychoanalysis on your part. She doesn't really do that as much with everyone else's stuff. Yeah, well, she's specific towards you. But anyways, I decided that since she couldn't stop breaking my stuff, I would lock my room all the time. And when I came home, I'd only go where she wasn't. My parents are divorced. The plot thickens. So your parents are divorced. You're gone. You were probably maybe her rock at some point. I don't know whether you realize that or not. And so when you left, she got resentful and she's acting out for a number of reasons. Primarily probably because your parents divorced, but also because you're not there anymore. So I think you got to step up as a sister and suck it up a little bit and find out why she's acting out this way. Ask her directly instead of avoiding her. Maybe try spending more time with her. How about that? It sucks that she's breaking your stuff. You're locking your door. You're doing everything you do. But the real issue isn't your shit. It's not your stuff. It's your sister. So you got to deal with her. You can pick your friends. You can't pick your family, man. And your sister's obviously having some issues. She's in therapy. So why don't you get involved with that? I know, here's an idea. Your sister's in therapy, but it's just your sister. And it sounds like the issue is your family. So what you need family therapy. Now, I know you're busy and you're like, I can't pick a day when you're home. And you all need to be in this together because that's the issue. It's not just your sister. Your sister's manifesting the dynamics of your family. And so you need the whole family in there to really understand what's going on. This isn't just your sister. Everything I'm talking about is related to you, her relationship with you, her relationship with your mom and dad that are now divorced, and who knows what else. So you need family therapy. Sending her to a therapist by herself is going to have very limited results, as you've probably seen. So just some advice there. Anyway, I know it might seem ridiculous that I'm going to such lengths when at the end of the day, it's just stuff. So you agree with me on a lot of this, but it meant a lot to me. It makes me angry. I get that and frustrated every single time. I don't want to deal with it anymore. Does that make me a bad person? It doesn't make you a bad person, but you got to understand, and you're a young person still, you're only 19, but you got to understand and maybe empathize with your sister, which you don't want to do. And you all need to go in as a group and get some counseling or some therapy as a family. Just sending your sister in, it's doing shit, obviously. There's bigger issues afoot. And my guess is it's the divorce and a sense of abandonment that she feels. What do you think about that? Hey, Polish. Yeah. Oh my God, Polish. Yeah. Now listen, if this was Polish, this is a whole nother talk because Polish has an amazing vinyl collection. One of the best I've ever seen. So thank you. Yeah. All right. We'll keep, let's see. We're not doing a long show tonight, but we're going to do another one on Friday. It should be at least an hour for Friday's show. And yeah, we'll try and get some people on. It's going good. I like it. I had a very busy day today. Tomorrow I'm getting rid of this is unrelated to everything, but it's a small house tonight. But I'm getting rid of my Kings season tickets, man. They just are so bad. Just as a team, they're terrible. They're like really bad. And but on top of that, even worse is the Kings organization. Like as a season ticket holder, they just treat you like crap. Like they just don't care. It's like you guys aren't even. It'd be one thing if you treat me this way and the Kings were on their way to another Stanley Cup, but they suck, and you still treat me like they're this amazing, and you don't have to put in any effort to keep your season ticket holders. Well, okay, see ya. just buy it off of other season ticket holders and wind up having to sell their tickets half price. Increase my my seat level, get better seats, pay half what I pay now as a season ticket holder. I think it's win-win-win for me. And I don't have to put up with the nonsense from the Kings. Yeah, I'm a little angry at the Kings today. All right, anyway, there you go. That's my opinion on that one. Let me check out another one here. Let's see. I dumped my best friend with depression. Is she going ridiculous or what? I don't even like that one. It just doesn't make no sense. If you can't write it well at the front end in your banner headline, I'm not going to read it. All right, this is 7 hours ago. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend I don't want his dad's wife and toddler to stay with us for months? No, you're not. I don't even have to read this. Why would you? You're not definitely not the asshole. And I got to read it again just to understand the dynamics because there's a lot of dads. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend, not even your husband, but my boyfriend, not even your fiance, but my boyfriend, I don't want his dad's wife and toddler. So it's not even his dad, it's his grandfather. You could have just said his grandfather. I don't know why you got to confuse me. Grandfather's wife and toddler to stay. So it's a toddler. So I guess he's got a younger wife. This is a bit of a mess, huh? My boyfriend and I have been dating for about 6 years. All right, so you've been for a while and likely getting engaged soon. Well, you're not engaged yet. He's an immigrant who came. Okay, he's an immigrant who came to the U.S. as a teenager and spent many years without seeing his parents regularly. All right. His parents live in Europe and are separated, okay, mainly because the dad cheated on the mom for most of their marriage. That'll do it. Yeah, keep an eye on this kid, too, this son. See, sometimes you don't fall far from the tree. His dad since remarried a much younger woman. And now that's what I was going to say, and has a toddler. So his dad, I don't want his dad's wife. Okay, I misread this entirely. I thought you meant his dad's wife. So his grandfather's wife and toddler to stay. But you mean his dad's wife and toddler. So his whole damn family. Yeah, I don't blame him. That's a little better than the grandfather scenario, honestly. Anyway, and he sounds like a lout. So, recently his dad proposed the idea that our home became the new home base for the family. What this guy's I would say, unless you really like this guy, if you see any elements of his dad in your boyfriend, there's a lot of red flags. This guy, busted up with your boyfriend's mom because he's a compulsive cheater. Now here he is living, sponging off his son and his son's girlfriend with him, his younger wife and their toddler, making this their home. Is he paying any rent? Is he bringing anything in besides paying, increased food bills and utility costs and an overall sense of chaos? Is he doing any of that? Anyway, he proposed the idea that our home become his new home for the family. He suggested that they would stay with us for about a month during winter break and then around 3 months in the summer. That sounds like a raw deal for you. My boyfriend is somewhat open to the idea because he feels like he missed out on a ton of time with his parents growing up. I don't think he wants time with this guy. This guy is kind of a creepola, it sounds like. Since moving to the U.S. as a teenager, he hasn't had many chances to spend extended time with him. Yeah. Why doesn't he go? Why don't they get a place and he can go over there and visit? How about that? But the bigger issue is my relationship with his dad. He tends to act like women are below him. Well, he certainly treats him like that. Often leaves me out of the conversation and decisions, and once yelled at me because I disagree with him. Yeah, I mean, you got to take a stand. You got to be like, listen, your dad is a caveman. And I don't want him in this house. He can stay here for a little bit here and there, but this cannot be a regular arrangement. He's disrespectful to me. He's disrespectful to women in general. He's a bad influence. He's I'd say kick the guy to the curb. My boyfriend says he feels bad telling his dad he can't stay with us because it would be expensive for them to rent something just for a month or a few months. Personally, I feel like they have the financial means to figure out another option. Yeah, then definitely tell them to figure out another option. Stop being cheap. Stop glomming off your son. Stop screwing up your son's relationship. He also says we could set boundaries with dad and that they would respect them. But when I asked if he would support me in asking his dad to leave, if he yelled or disrespected me again, he said it would depend on the situation. I mean, I get it. It's his dad. And it's hard to admit your dad's kind of a jerk. And so he's struggling with that right now. He's struggling with I know he's a jerk. You know he's a jerk, but I don't know how to handle that, from an emotional standpoint. So he said it would depend on the situation. Well, at least it wasn't a flat out no. That response really upset me. I don't blame him. And he made me feel like he might choose his dad over me. He might. I'm struggling with how to handle this, and reasonable boundary looks like. Am I being unreasonable? Not one. No, you're being perfectly reasonable. Your boyfriend's got to step up. He's your dad's son, but he needs to be a man. He needs to be a man and say to his dad, "Listen, you can't stay here. This is my girlfriend. You disrespect her all the time. You can't be living here, especially not rent free. Now, if the guy's paying rent or somehow helping out your family financially through his stay, now that's a little different, but it doesn't sound like that's the case. It sounds like he needs to man up and, if someone's going to stay there, maybe his mom. Why don't you offer that? Hey, instead of your dad staying here, why don't we let your mom stay here? She's not nearly as big a douche. Plus, you got a toddler roaming around. The dad's probably out cheating on the current wife. I mean, the whole thing's a shit show. It really is. Isn't it? Am I wrong on that? I don't think so. Isn't the Hawk Tua coin worth anything? Bill Clinton wants to know. Levitron, yeah, Hawk Tua. Listen, I think she was on Epstein Island briefly. That's where she picked up her Hawk Tua from. I taught it to her. I said, go ahead, get on that, girl. And yeah, she stole. From what I understand, she stole about I don't know, kind of millions of dollars, pump and dump type thing, and then she just disappeared. Smooth operator. Yeah, that Hawk Tua coin is no good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she does. I think you're right there too about that Polish dog. All right, folks, listen. It's been fun. I'm going right to sleep. Actually, we had a busy night tonight. My son did a show. Tomorrow, I was just shitting all over the Kings, but I still have my season tickets for this year. So I'm going to see the Capitals tomorrow against the Kings. It's Grateful Dead night. Should be fun. Last game I saw with the Kings, God, they screwed me over so bad. I was going to propose at the Kings game, and they just fucking ignored it. They wouldn't reply to any emails, wouldn't say yes or no one way or the other. Then they tried to apologize. I'll just give you the story. Then they tried to apologize to me by going, okay, we'll give you tickets to this game, and we'll put up a big picture of you and your girlfriend on the Jumbotron. Something, a little something for the effort. Great. So I'm like, when is it going to be up there? Second intermission. Okay, so I stay there the whole second intermission. My girlfriend's there the whole second intermission. I'm filming the thing. I'm waiting for it to pop up. Never shows up. So I email. I'm like, what the hell? Like, you couldn't handle that one little thing. And they're like, oh, we put it up. I'm like, you didn't. You were like sitting there with my friggin' camera phone ready to record, and it never showed up. And now you're gonna just flat out lie. Oh, it's up there. Okay, yeah, all right, sure. Jackasses. Anyway, that's why I'm mad at the Kings. But I am going to a game tomorrow. I'm going to see my aunt and my cousin on Saturday, also at a Kings game. I have about 4 games left, and then I'm done as a season ticket holder completely. And I'll just buy tickets here and there when I want to go. I don't see them being in the playoffs anytime in the next 5 years. It's so bad. Yeah. Anyway, go Kings, go. All right, everyone, listen, I'm cutting out. I love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Polish, thank you, brother. Levitron, thank you as well. I had someone from Australia here tonight. That was kind of cool. Adam, thank you, brother. And Nightwolf, thank you too. So I'm heading out. I will see you here Friday, maybe during the day, maybe Friday daytime, definitely Friday evening for the show. And I will put it up at the right time so I can hopefully get it featured. How about that? Right. All right, everyone, have a great evening. I will talk to you soon. God bless. Ahern out. All right, I got to remember how to turn this off, though. All right. Bye, everybody. See you soon. Bye.